for Friday, September 23rd, 2016, 10 a.m. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Johnston.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Suzanne, can we have a roll call of the commission? And before we do that, I'd like to introduce two new commissioners. Commissioner Tom Barnes from Jiggs, Nevada, and Commissioner John Alberg from Ely, Nevada.
Chairman Wallace,
Here?
Vice Chairman Johnston,
Here.
Commissioner Alberg,
Here.
Commissioner Barnes,
Here.
Commissioner Drew,
Here.
Commissioner Hubbs,
Here.
Commissioner McNinch,
Here.
Commissioner Valentine,
Here.
and Commissioner Young.
And Commissioner Young is in a meeting, and I understand will be here around noon. Will the members of the county advisory boards please stand up and announce yourself, please?
Paul Dixon Clark, Matt Boxer, Douglas County. Joe Cruz, Virgin.
Are you in Reno, Glenn?
Yes. One question, Reno.
Juliana Carson. Oh.
All right, thank you, guys. We'll move on to item number 2, approval of the agenda. For possible action, the commission will review the agenda and take action to approve the agenda. The commission may remove items from the agenda, continue items for consideration, or take items out of order. Any comments from the commission on the agenda? Questions? Hearing none, I'll take it out for public comment in Reno. Public comment in Reno?
No comment in Reno, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Comment in Elko?
No comment in Elko.
Thank you. And comment in Las Vegas? Hearing none, I'll bring it back to the commission for a motion.
Chairman Wallace, I would like to motion to accept the agenda as is presented today.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hubbs and a second by Commissioner Valentine to approve as presented. I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Moving on to item number 3, member items, announcements, and correspondence. Commissioners may present emergent items. No action may be taken by the commission. Any item requiring commission action may be scheduled on a future commission agenda. The commission will review and may discuss correspondence sent or received by the commission since the last regular meeting and may provide copies for the exhibit file. Commissioners may provide hard copies of their correspondence for the written record. I can start off. I've got some correspondence, and I will be more organized with that tomorrow. It's emails that I just received yesterday, and I forwarded them all to Suzanne, and it appeared that all of the other commissioners had been CC'd with it. I can go through the list off of my phone, but I didn't. I wrote it down and didn't get that with me today. But let me grab them real quick here. There was one from a Roy H. on the 50 caliber BMG, Bill Wood on the 50 caliber band, Robert Gaudet also on that one, Brett Jefferson on the expansion of the military site, and a Boyd Evans on a group bonus point accumulation concern. Fred Bianchi on caliber restrictions. And those were the ones that I had received, but I believe the rest of the commissioners were CC'd in those. So if they were not, I have forwarded them on to Suzanne, and she will make sure the rest of us receive them. that's all I have for right now. Maybe Commissioner Barnes and Commissioner Almberg, if they would like to introduce themselves, say a little bit about where they're from or anything like that, this
Sure.
may be a good time to do that.
Sure. I'd like to thank Governor Bryan, first off, for this opportunity. I'm honored and privileged to serve the people and the wildlife in the state of Nevada. My story begins, I'm born and raised, I'm a native Nevadan. I'm born and raised in Ely, Nevada. I only left there only long enough to go to school. Got a degree in mining engineering, went right back home. Worked in the mining industry for quite a long time, and then the last 16 years I've been working in the family business as a general engineering contractor. So family first, you know, we spend a lot of time with my family out there, outdoor. We love the outdoors. We spend a tremendous amount of time out in the outdoors and doing all outdoor forms of outdoor recreation, hunting, fishing, hiking, biking, race motorcycles, race cars. Do a lot of outdoor recreation up there.
Excellent. Thank you, John, and welcome to the commission.
We're having a hard time hearing Elko.
Well, I'm Tom Barnes. I'm from Jiggs, Nevada, which is just south of Elko. We have a family cattle ranch. I attended University of Nevada to got a degree in agricultural economics and returned home. I guess that's about it. I enjoy hunting. I have 3 sons, and they're avid hunters also. And I'm just happy to be here and look forward to serving on this board.
Thank you, Tom. Elko, were you still having trouble hearing us?
No, we heard that one, it's fine.
Okay, thank you. Any further commissioner items? Commissioner Johnston.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman Wallace. I just wanted to respond. I did receive the correspondence from Boyd Evans, and it was related to the problem occurring when hunters put in as a group for the draw, and then one member of the group returns the tag to restore that individual's bonus points. And because the TAC committee that I chair has addressed that issue, I just wanted to respond briefly. We've looked at this issue several times. It's been brought to the commission and to the TAC committee several times with the assistance of systems consultants in the department. We went through the numbers and analyzed whether it was an issue, and ultimately the facts just did not bear out the assertion that people are really abusing the system. It doesn't mean there isn't 1 or 2 people out there who might be doing it, but we did not view it as such a significant problem as requiring a change where you would then limit people's ability to return tags for whatever reason they may be personally facing. So I just wanted to respond to that. This isn't the first time this issue has come up. It's been examined very thoroughly, and there's just no concrete facts that would suggest there is a true abuse of the party draw. So say that for the record. I don't know if I should respond to Mr. Evans. I can certainly do that as the chairman of the TAC committee, and I'd be happy to respond to his email. And I can do that, I think, on my own. I don't think anyone needs to me to do it. I plan to just respond to him and let him know that the issue has been examined thoroughly many times, and actually looking at the numbers and the number return tags. So all the other correspondence I received were related to agenda items, so I'll address those at that time.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Johnston. Anything further? Commissioner Hubbs.
Yes, I just wanted to say, I actually surprisingly was reached out to by the Nevada Legislative Sportsman Caucus, which was very great. They wanted to reach out and get to know me a little bit better. Mr. Blakesley did invite me to an event north of town, and I unfortunately had to go to court that day, so I was not able to attend. But I wanted to leave the door open on my end. I let them all know anytime if they would like to come into my office and talk with me about their concerns. I'd be open to hear about their side and what they're experiencing out with Nevada wildlife at any time. So thank you for the invite, and hope to be able to attend at a later date at some time.
Thank you, Commissioner Hubbs. Anything further from the commission? Seeing none, we'll close agenda item number 3 and move on. Oh, I'm sorry. Director Wasley.
Thank you. I'd just like to welcome Commissioner Barnes, Commissioner Holmberg, express gratitude for their willingness to serve on this board and extend the department's willingness to work with you guys in any way that'll help you come up to speed and provide that support. I also wanted to make a couple announcements relative to personnel changes. You recently worked with Jordan Neubauer in the director's office relative to regulations. Jordan accepted a promotional opportunity within the Fiscal Services Division and has since been replaced by Ashley Sanford, seated next to Suzanne. We're happy that Ashley gets to celebrate her birthday today on her first commission meeting. It's really a true gift to be at a commission meeting for her birthday. So we're hopeful that she'll have many future birthdays, perhaps at commission meetings as well. Also, we have a new division administrator in the Conservation Education Division.
Excuse me, Chairman Wallace.
Yes.
We cannot hear anything in the office. They really need to lean over or pull the mics closer to them.
Okay.
Thank you.
How's this?
Is that better?
I also wanted to announce that we,
Sorry, Tony, we can't hear you hardly at all. I don't know if it's the mic or what.
yeah, we'll work on it, hopefully, before we get to the items more substantive than the announcements and informational, we'll have it dialed in so that we don't have any issues of people not being able to hear. I did want to announce that we have a new division administrator for the Conservation Education Division, Chris Vasey. Chris has been an employee at the Department of Wildlife for 19 years and has kind of worked his way up from within the Conservation Education Division. We're very excited to have him in this capacity and look forward to his experience, education, and passion in assisting us moving forward. Lastly, I have a announcement regarding the passing of a longtime supporter and participant in a lot of what we do. Bob Unger, a longtime resident of Winnemucca, champion of Fish and Wildlife in Nevada, recently had a service in Winnemucca to honor his life. However, there's a lot more that needs to be said about his support and dedication to Nevada's fish and wildlife resources. Aside from his time on the State Wildlife Commission in the 1950s, Bob served on the Humboldt County Wildlife Advisory Board for over 50 years. During that time, he helped shape seasons, limits, and policies while attending hundreds of advisory board and wildlife commission meetings over that span. He mentored all the new biologists and wardens that worked in that area with a genuine sense of support. He knew the country, the people, and the resources which made him such a valuable resource. He packed fish with mules into the upper tributaries of many remote streams in Humboldt County and later from a fish truck. He conducted sage-grouse lek surveys and helped with many big game transplants. He was respected for his integrity, honesty, and being tough in advocating for what he believed. There was only one Bob Unger, and he will be missed. That concludes my announcements, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Director Wasley. Reno, could you hear that last part, or are we still having issues?
Mr. Chairman, you sound real loud and clear. All of you on that back table, it's where Tony and Commissioner Umberg are.
Can you hear me now? Apparently not.
It's weird, because it's loud in here.
So those must be unplugged.
Go ahead, we'll just see what we can get off. And just so you're aware that that one side of the table is hardly here.
Okay, thank you. We'll see what we can do.
Katie? Katie?
Yes?
We've got going out of here, we're maxed. We're gonna blow things up if we go any louder on this side of the world. Is your TV, this is gonna sound stupid, but is your TV turned up?
Yeah, when I try to turn it up, I get way too much feedback.
Okay. Commissioner, I'll go back and, I'll go see what we can do at this end, but we're about maxed without just blowing everything.
Okay, at this point, I guess we're having issues on the left side, so we'll take that into account when we have comments from there. Anything further from the commission? Hearing none, I'll move on to item number 4, county advisory boards to manage wildlife. Member items, informational. County advisory boards to manage wildlife members may present emergent items. No action may be taken by the commission. Any item requiring commission action will be scheduled on a future commission agenda. County advisory boards? Hearing none in Las Vegas. Gil or Glenn, do you have anything in Reno?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. At our meeting on Monday evening, we had a presentation by a member of the Carson City Elks. And what the Elks are doing is trying to collect deer hides or elk hides for which the Elks have fabricated into gloves for handicapped veterans. It appears that wheelchair-bound veterans go through about 2 pairs of leather gloves a year, and the Elks have been collecting deer skins from hunters. They'll take the hide with the hair on them. If the hunters just will salt them and then contact the Elks, and they'll pick up the hides, have them tanned, and then turn them into gloves for the veterans at no cost to the veterans. So I'm not sure if that's being done in every community where there's an Elks Lodge, but it would be worthwhile for some of the cabs to contact their local Elks to see if that chapter is participating in this venture of collecting the skins and turning them into gloves for the veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, Gil. While we're in Reno, Glenn, did you have anything?
The only thing that I keep being asked is, what's the status on the elk in Middle County? And I asked, they know I'll ask, so that's it.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Back to Las Vegas, we do have one county advisory board. Come on up.
Hi, Commissioner Chad Foster, Douglas County Cab. We have had a standing action item regarding the harvest or the number of bear tags. And we have made a motion several times to increase the number of bear tags to 51 while keeping the harvest number the same, with the intention that a governor's tag, preferably a heritage tag, become available, and that the hunting be allowed in all areas of the hunt units that are open to bear hunting. And it was carried unanimously again. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Any further county advisory boards? Hearing none, we'll move on to item number 5, approval of the minutes. For possible action, the commission may approve commission minutes from the August 12th and 13th, 2016 commission meeting. Has the commission had a chance to review these minutes? Any comments from the commission?
I had previously sent a comment to Suzanne, and it was incorporated in the latest draft of the minutes, so I don't have any further comments.
Anything further from the commission? Hearing none, I'll take it out to public comment in Reno. Public comment on the minutes in Reno. Can you hear us, Katie?
Sorry. No comment in Reno, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. Comment in Elko
No comment at all.
and comment in Las Vegas. Hearing none, I'll bring it back to the commission for a possible motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to approve the commission minutes from the August 12th and 13th, 2016 commission meeting as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Johnston and a second by Commissioner Valentine to approve the minutes as presented. Call for the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain, I was not there.
Commissioner Wallace, I'm going to abstain also, I was not there.
All right, thank you. So the motion passes 6-0 with 2 abstentions.